For the first time in a while, the weather's very nice. I don't think I've had weather like this for the past, I don't know, since like October. It's been pretty cold, pretty rainy, pretty shitty. Figured I just need a little walk. Today I did a reshoot of Monday's video, and unfortunately I went through some shit trying to get that thing sorted out. For one, like the first shoot I did, I used two totally unrelated microphones. Completely unrelated microphones. I was not really happy with the way I filmed that at all. Trust me, it feels weird walking around with the camera like this. It's very odd. People out here walking their dogs and stuff. But I got a lot of things that are going on lately. Some big changes, I guess, to my lifestyle, the way I do things. As far as how I do things on the channel, you know, that's probably not going to change. With the exception that I would like to make the videos better, bring you guys better content, something I'm always striving for, so, you know, I'm going to do my best there. As far as like the stuff that's going on in my life, I had a big issue with just disorder. No structure to my schedule, my life in general. You know, like just kind of winging it the whole time. I'm kind of trying to think of where it all began, really, like what made me sit there and look at my life. Think I need to make some changes, you know? Do some things differently. I think it kind of all started with just the way things have been going at work. The way things have been going, like with the stream, the YouTube channel, and just the stress I was feeling. Just wasn't happy, and that's the best way to put it. Just wasn't happy at all. You know, things are going well with the stream. I was building up a nice audience, meeting a lot of awesome people. Then I think from there, you know, I made this big jump. I left the community that I was in. They're a great group. You know, I had no beef against them whatsoever. But it was kind of a big step, pretty big one at that. You know, I kind of expected that some people would leave, not really support the channel much anymore. That was expected. Kind of knew that was going to happen. At the same time, I was surprised to see you stuck around. You know, when you're in a streaming community, you kind of have an obligation to support the people in it. That was one of my big thoughts, really, when I left. And to see that there were still people sticking around, supporting, showing their love, that kind of like made me feel good for a little while. Kind of reassured me. Then like things kind of just started to, I guess, slow down. It started to become very evident. And I couldn't help but notice that the way I've been doing things on the channel, just my general attitude, is really starting to change. I started to get complacent again. Kind of had a moment when I was in that community at the time where I looked at my channel and thought, man, I feel complacent. I'm not doing anything different. I'm not trying to make any big changes, or not really like trying with the content, you know what I mean? Just wasn't trying. It's when you feel like you stop trying. That's when you start to feel really bad, you know? If you're getting lazy and you don't notice it, I don't know, I think you should really think about reevaluating the way you do things. And this place is kind of dead around this season. It's not a bad thing. Just going out here and vlogging a little easier, feel less like a weirdo. Over here with a selfie stick in my camera. Boy, the wind. This is essentially a cove here. Take a look around. You can see a little bit of waterfront. Goes out to the ocean. It's actually one of my favorite places to take a walk. It's fairly long. Goes a great distance, you know, and there are a lot of like paths that you can branch off to. Great places to find some privacy, just kind of take in the nature, you know. It's nice to do these things. It's healthy for you. Getting back to like what I was saying, sometimes people just break. When things get hard, you put so much effort into something, and you just watching it kind of fall apart. It's largely because of what you're doing and not because of everyone else. You know, when you're a content creator, like if people leave, you're the only person to blame, you know? You can't sit there and blame, you know, the communities you're in for not supporting you. Or you can't blame people who used to support you, and maybe you've given them a reason to not continue supporting. Might have been something you said, might be what you're not delivering, you know? And I think for me, it's just a combination of all that. Let's go off the path a bit here. I like the spot over here. Got a good view of the waterfront. Gotta watch my step. But I think honestly, out of all of it, one of the hardest things for me was coming to grips with the fact that you just weren't delivering. Just, you know, you can tell. It's hard to ignore it, you know? You can tell when people are disinterested in what you do or what you're bringing to the table. And I think everyone has this moment where they think to themselves like, what can I do? What am I doing wrong? How can I do this better? And that's just something that was constantly going through my mind. Then I started to look at something else in my life. Just the disorganization, just all around, just how I was feeling in general, how I was feeling about myself, and just like the negative attitude that I had towards so many things in the streaming space. I was really starting to beat myself up over it. And I had to change. I'm not really sure what it is about this spot, but you know, it's relaxing. It's windy as hell today though. Jesus. I got blown over. God forbid I try to get a stable shot today, right? So after all this rambling, you're probably wondering, what exactly am I doing? What am I doing differently? Like I said, structure. Structure is probably the big one. I'm actually scheduling things now. I'm using Google Calendar to kind of block out my day. Calendar blocking. Got that from a YouTuber I found. And sometimes you just see all this advice, like either on the internet or on YouTube. Like you hear it, it doesn't really like register, you know? You acknowledge it, but you never really take action. And it never really like rings out to you, you know? So I got just another advice video, right? For whatever reason, this particular content creator said it in a way that I felt like I could relate to. I think probably because the creator was an admitted introvert, and they still managed to find success on the platform. And for me, that was probably one of the biggest things I was worried about going into this. I'm a pretty introverted guy. Socializing is sucks the energy out of me pretty heavily. But I think that's kind of what made me realize that I needed to structure my day and my life out. It's just that like the amount of energy that I would lose during the day just from interacting with people and from like trying to make this content and trying to like get on Twitter, talking to all these people and making new friends, and just after trying to do it for like 3 days straight and just grinding it out, dude, I'd just be wiped out. Speaking of social, I just walk past some people. Just the uncomfortable feeling I had walking past them. I'm new to this vlogging thing, man. Cut me some slack. But honestly, it was just starting to get tiring. Really tiring. And I just noticed it was getting harder to manage my day. Making time for making videos was getting difficult. I could just tell that people felt like I wasn't being very supportive. And you know what? They're not wrong. I wasn't. It's because I wasn't making time for it. The time that I was using normally to support people before I decided to do the YouTube thing. That time was being spent making videos and content. But admittedly, it wasn't just me making content for the channel or making stuff for the stream, whatever like that. Some of it was just me just sitting there playing games. It's like talking to the same people, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. I'd say it's a good thing. Instead of like spending 5 minutes with someone you just meet, only to never interact with them on a personal level ever again, you know, you take some time to like actually get to know people. I pride myself on that, like pretty heavily. It's one of the main reasons I actually got attracted to this. I was never really a part of any like real communities on the internet. You know, never really had many friends on the PC platform. And just having this opportunity to do that, make some new friends, provide some good content, but also like make some meaningful friendships along the way. Trying to find that balance of like meeting new people to grow your content, your stream, to just, get more eyes on it, but never really making relationships along the way because you're too busy thinking about how much you're growing and how fast you're growing. Like you really start to miss that interaction that you were having with people. So I kind of had to like take a step back, like really reevaluate things. That kind of brings me to another thing. I was stressing way too hard about the numbers for a while. To some degree I do a little bit. You have to kind of pay attention to your numbers if you're serious about streaming at least. What I mean by serious, I mean like, there are people who stream because it's fun. Make some new friends. Have some new friends to play games with. And it's kind of like an opportunity to have like a little activity that you can do around your favorite hobby. A lot of people that stream happen to play video games, So in a way, it kind of makes you feel like what you're doing is like productive use of your time. It's not that people feel always be streaming. Why? Why always be streaming? You're gonna consider like the consequences of that. Like sometimes I like to just have time to just play games with my friends, not be on a camera. So when you're on camera, like you have an obligation to what you're doing publicly on stream. You have to pay attention to your chat. I guess it really stems from, just if you're not grinding, then people think you're not trying. Or if you're not grinding, then you'll never get where you want to be. I mean, to an extent that's true. To use terms like grinding, like, what the hell is that? Grind? Like what? You're gonna like destroy your life to achieve your dreams? You got family, you got friends, you know what I mean? Like, the grind is the balance, if you ask me. Finding that sweet spot between, keeping up with your relationships and keeping up with your obligations and, keeping yourself healthy. And there's just so much to it that I think a lot of people take for granted in their own lives. So that just kind of brings me back to what it is that I've been doing with myself lately and how I've been making some big changes in my own life to try to accommodate these sorts of things. We'll start with one of the biggest ones. For one, I have this problem where I just lack discipline. I listen to my feeling a little too much, my feelings, and I have this bad habit of just showing the nasty side of myself, I guess, and just letting it take advantage of me. And I think the problem is fundamentally that I just lack discipline. I've lacked discipline for a lot of my life, a lot of it, and only I can really change that. So I've been trying to make some changes to some things a little bit at a time, not all at once, but I think they're going to amount to something good if I stick with it. That's kind of why I've been posting this vlog, because I kind of want to be held, I definitely want to be held to it. So one of those big changes that I'm making in my life right now is that I'm making myself wake up at the same time every day. So if I was to do that, that would mean I have to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. It's because I wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work. Honestly, I should be waking up earlier than that. Probably like 4:30 to get to work. Doing the things that I do normally in the morning, at least on the days that I have off. For those that don't know, my schedule is primarily on the weekends, my work schedule. I work a 12-hour shift, 3 days a week, Friday to Sunday, every weekend. That's my 40 hours. That's my 40-hour schedule. 36, you're probably thinking. That's because I get paid 40 hours for that. It's a great deal. It's actually really difficult for me to even think about going back to a regular day schedule, 5 days a week. The amount of free time that I have on the weekdays is just so valuable to me at this point that I'd be an idiot to squander that. And thus that means I'd have to wake up again at 5 a.m. every single day. And I've been doing this for the past 2 weeks. The last week, I was letting myself wake up at 6. Thinking, oh, it's my day off, right? It's my day off. You know, I'm gonna treat it like a day off. That's 4 days a week. Most people don't get 4 days off a week if they work a 40-hour week job. Who the hell am I to tell myself, wake up an hour later because it's your day off? Bro, it's not my day off. It's not my day off. I need to use that time to its fullest. So that shit's another work day, if you ask me. I have no idea what's going on over here. They take their kayaking seriously. Pretty seriously, it seems. Enough that they have to fence it off. Weird. So another thing that I was doing, at least as far as related to, you know, the waking up early thing, is on my days off, I would wake up initially at like 8, and it turned into 9, it turned into 10, and it got to a point just a month ago where, not even that, where I was waking up as late as 11 o'clock. I was damn near missing my streams. And that's just because, like, I would stay up till like 1 a.m. just like playing games, not doing anything productive with the channel. Nothing. You know, there were nights where I would be working on stuff for the channel, but because I had no structure to my week or my days, I would just, you know, when I had the free time, I would just do that. And I would just do it non-stop. And I would just do it that one day for the week. I just wasted the whole week doing whatever the hell I felt like. It's because I don't feel like editing today. If I could just play some video games, right? It was once I realized I was getting really unproductive and just feeling depressed and miserable all the time. That's the one thing I haven't really touched the most on, but the main thing that spurred all this was just, I was having these, I felt like an emotional meltdown. It's like a little treehouse over here. I think I might have an emotional meltdown looking at this little tree fort that I'm seeing here. Check it out. I didn't even know this was here. This wasn't here last time I came. So I guess we'll just hang out under it while I ramble some more. So like, after all that's said and done, you know, just like my overall mood, how it was reflecting on stream, how it was causing me to react in interactions with people, like, it just didn't feel healthy, it didn't feel right. And, you know, I'm 32 years old, I'm gonna be 33 this year. Time's getting short, although some would say that I'm still young, and you know what? They're right, I'm still young, still got a chance. However, let me tell you, I wish that I had gotten started sooner. I wish I'd gotten started much sooner. As we leave the little tree fort, I can just touch a little more on what else I'm doing with my day. I am going back to the gym. I couldn't help but notice I was just feeling unhealthy. That feeling, I just couldn't shake that. That wasn't going away at all. And I kept making excuses for not going back to the gym. You can't just not go to the gym because you don't feel like it. Only when you're sick, only when you're injured. Those 2 times, those are the only times that should ever matter. It's the only times you should ever have an excuse to not go take care of yourself. So basically, you know, go to the gym. Just gotta do it at least 3 to 4 days a week. I'd have to have a pretty legitimate reason to not, you know, go do some heavy lifting. Like, I think last week I didn't do leg day for specifically my knee. I do have some joint pain, unfortunately, that I deal with on a regular basis, and it's something I have to live with. So I just took the day off that day, got right back to it on Monday. As a matter of fact, to make sure that I never skip a leg day ever again, what am I gonna do? Every Monday, so I can't use work as an excuse. Probably the soreness is just gonna be temporary though, if you ask me. Unless I really push hard that day, but soreness is just a temporary thing, man. You don't wanna work out too hard when you're sore, but you also don't wanna do nothing. Soreness is just soreness. There are easy things you can do to stay healthy. You can go for a jog, you can go for a bike ride, you can just take your time. Just get your heart rate up a little bit. Get the circulation in your legs. You're a streamer, a content creator. You spend a lot of time sitting down. Make sure you keep those legs moving. Get that circulation going in your legs. Don't want clots forming there. So I guess overall, like, I just want to do a number of positive things for my life that would just be good for me. You know, a good, healthy portion of discipline. Just, you know, having some kind of purpose in my life. You know, doing things regularly, things that are good for you and healthy for you, you know? I was just getting way too complacent, way too lazy. And I just can't get myself to go back to that anymore. It's just resulting in me, you know, doing all these sorts of behaviors that just don't benefit me or anyone else around me. So that's what this is all about, guys. Making some big changes in my life, and I'm doing it in hopes that it'll be good not just for me, but for everyone around me, including you guys who watch me all the time. I want to make better content. I want to be a better supporter. I want to be a better friend, better family guy, just a better person overall. Instead of like living this aimless life where, you know, I just do things when I feel like it and have complete disregard for the people around me. Kind of tired of being that guy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys taking a moment to listen to me ramble for a while. But I felt like I owe it to my audience. I owe it to the people who I've made connections with and gotten to know the past year or so since I started this content creation journey. You know, just an explanation as to what's going on and why you know, things seem to be going differently, like why I'm not around at certain hours and whatnot. It's just making some moves in my life to do things that'll be healthier for me, and hopefully it'll mean good things for the rest of you guys, not just myself. And if you like this video, please share it with the like button. Downvote if you didn't like it. In which case, I'll just vlog less. Also, please be sure to share some comments down below. If you guys want to share some encouraging words or just want to give some advice of your own, maybe you just want to tell me I talk too much, that's fine. Or this video was boring. Yeah, I know this is a bit of a personal thing, but of course, socials will be in the description down below. Link to the Discord. If you guys want to chat about life, that's always open in my chat. Love getting to know you guys. Of course, stick around, subscribe, hit that bell icon for notifications. If you want to stay up to date with everything on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, everyone.